Hey everyone, so today is day 22, and because it's the start of the week again, I'm going to reflect again on how this process is going for me. So I think one of the main things that I've been aware of over the last week is just how long this process actually is. You know, at the start I set out to do 30 days, and I didn't really think through what that meant at the time, but I've become more aware of it as I've progressed, that 30 is a long time. So in a sense, I'm making myself visible for that period of time, and that in itself exposes me, um, and makes me visible more so and than I usually am, I guess. There was a point in the week when I sort of thought I'd like to give up and stop. That might be easier. But I do have the energy to continue, and I actually see the value in the amount of days that I'm doing this, because it forces me to be aware, um, that I am visible, and it also pushes against the desire to hide and to pull back as well. So I've kept going, which is good. Um, and I've been reflecting a little bit as well on, what people might think of me. I suppose that's always something that's in my mind. Um, I, ex- I expressed something quite personal with regards to my sexuality at some point in the last week. And I know that some people were really supportive, and that's fantastic. And I also know that most likely other people weren't so sure that that was something useful to express, or they may have been concerned for me because of it. But that's in some ways also okay. I don't expect people's views to change. Um, I just want to be okay with expressing what is the reality for me, and I think that's what I want to learn in this process. And I want to stand up for me as who I am in the process as well. In terms of other reflections, I actually looked back over my journal over the last few days, and I wrote something down um, a few days back, that I'll actually just read out and share. And I wrote this down simply to process how I was feeling, and what was going on for me, and to get to a place of settledness about keeping going, and being able to deal with how I felt in this process. Um, okay, so I'll read this out relatively quickly. I feel concerned about the picture I am building of myself through these videos. Rather than any one video, I am concerned that people will judge the whole and conclude it is bad, wrong, confused, or messed up. I feel in seeing this overview of me, I am risking the rejection I have always feared. They may recognize I am fundamentally flawed. So that is my fear. I fear that I am fundamentally flawed. Yet in doing all of this, I'm standing up for the truth that I am not fundamentally flawed. I am saying there is beauty in me. The full picture is valuable. It is holistically worthy. And then I wrote, I'm not each day standing up for the aspect of me, but rather each day I am standing up for the fullness of me, the unity of me. My being, my consciousness isn't a reduction, isn't a limited grouping of parts of me. My consciousness is all of me, is the fullness of my soul, my hopes, my dreams, my history, my experience. I am also standing up for the unity of all consciousness, for the beauty of all that is, all that has been, and all that ever can be. I'm even shedding the reductionist labels of me, and I am embracing my fullness with all fullness. So I wrote that. I don't know if it means anything to anyone, or it's useful to share. Hopefully it gives you a sense of some of the thoughts that I've been going through and how I've been seeking to process them to get to a place of more acceptance for myself, I guess. And I think this moving from the particular to the whole is important. Both a wholeness of me as an individual, but a wholeness of me in the context of wider humanity in a way. And I think the more that we can see ourselves as not separate and connected and part of the whole, the more we're whole ourselves. So yeah, like that's my reflections for today. It's been an interesting week. I'm grateful for everybody's comments and encouragement as I progress through this week. And we've got just about a week to go. There's some other things I want to talk about, and I'm keen to progress to the end and get to completion of these 30 days. So here's to the next week. And yeah, thanks again for listening. All the best.